Aloha and welcome back to Moana Anela's Divine Readings. It's been a long time since I've been here. It's been a long time. I've been wanting to do readings, of course the monthly readings at least, but because of technical difficulty and everything, I won't get into it. So I don't even know if this is the best time to start back. Going into Mercury retrograde starting on the 29th. In Gemini, and then finishing off on the 22nd. I wanted to do this reading because I really felt strongly pulled, as well as I felt the pull from Spirit wanting me to really do this reading for the Flower Blood Moon in May 26th in Sagittarius. So really an important time. We had a lot of new beginnings. We're still stepping into this beginning. And we're finally starting to see a bit of like a bit of an appearance of what that beginning is unfolding to be. So before we begin, we'll just do some energy clearing with the bowls. And again, thank you for joining me today. Aloha, and these are general readings. This is for the collective, and this is rather than a monthly reading. I'm just gonna kind of light this up. Rather than a monthly reading, it's going to be for the energies for the blood moon. I really feel like this is kind of like another like real beginning here, a real like start of a new year. So a lot of times we would step in to the new year, you know, whether it be calendar, whether it be energetic, we can feel these beginnings. We, you know, just like Mercury going into retrograde, we can feel the energy, but it takes at least, we're in the shadow of Mercury's shadow right now, and it takes about 2 weeks before it actually comes into retrograde. So it's kind of the same thing with all energies. They begin to generate, they begin to build up, they begin to you know, incubate and start to form, and all on this energetic level, and then eventually it starts to manifest, and we're starting to see evidence of this manifestation of this whole new not just a new year, but a whole new era. All right, so we're going to do the clearing with the bowl. This is a bowl specifically for heart chakra. Interesting. I don't know if you guys noticed the flame over there, but it was going kind of crazy at first, and all of a sudden, like, I felt the energy, and it was like all of a sudden, like, the bowl kind of went, and then the flame kind of went still, like it's right now. All right, so many blessings. We have Spirit with us here today. I always draw from the cards, when I do my monthly, I always draw from the cards the energies from the Mayans, Hawaiians, the Aborigines, and Egyptians. These are the Isis cards, the wisdom from Isis. All right, I already pulled out, I did meditate, shuffle, and everything for these cards, all of them, but I will shuffle and pull these ones out. We're going to talk about the Mayans first, and then we're going to pull a tarot, and then a one last oracle card. I'm going to try to keep this kind of simple, and then I'm going to do a tarot reading as well on top of these, kind of like more of a deeper message into going this, but it'll be a separate video. I usually try to do it all at once, but again, with my technology and everything, I've been trying to keep things simple. Okay, so here we have the star glyphs of our guest stars for the blood, and it's really interesting for the blood full moon. I'm trying to position my fingers here. There you go. If I just kind of maybe put that back here. Okay. Sorry, I'm just kind of working with this, just simple as simple. All right, so we have, here we have Emish. Let's see if we can get some focus. Here we have Emish and we have Khan. All right, I always try to pull one, but lately Spirit's been wanting to come out in doubles these days. A lot of twos. So there's a lot of energy of twos. I think if we think of like that 2 of coins, 2 of pentacles, you know, we talk, you know, that kind of talks about, you know, some people refer to it as the dance of change, balancing act. It's that whole thing where we're trying to balance things as we're going through the shift of change. So what the Mayans, what our beautiful star glyphs that want to come out today is Emish, who represents the root and waters. So basically almost like that kind of like well waters, that is the pure spring water that comes from the earth. And if you notice, this is actually coming up, right? So it's like the water's coming up from the earth and then it's replenishing us, because when it rains, the water seeps down into the earth. And that's why when it's really, really raining, you see all the earthworms come up, because they get pushed up by the water that's seeping down into the earth. But what happens is, usually in unpolluted air, I'm gonna just tackle purity right now, because I think it's a good time to just really kind of focus on simplicity and purity back when things were all just what they naturally were. When water kind of rains down from the sky, normally it's kind of like distilled water. Then it kind of like hits the ground and it kind of seeps down deep into the earth. And then what happens with that is the earth mineralizes the water, and it naturalizes the water in a way that when we're able to have the water come back up, we're able to tap into this water and drink it. We have all the beautiful minerals, the balance from the heavenly waters that is pure, distilled, and then beautifully infiltrated by the earth with all the natural minerals and trace minerals that we need. And that's why water is so important. The other elements that come up with water is emotions, and the other elements that come up with water and emotions is this essence of nurture. So this card to me actually kind of represents like the Empress. If you think about the Empress, how nurturing the Empress is, how loving she is, and how much she wants to give love to fulfill us, you know, fulfill completely all our needs, so we can continue to grow and have the strength and courage in who we are, stepping into our own power and being able to take the daily challenges of life every day, so we can continue to grow and discover the powers that we have, which is going to bring me to the next card, which is Khan. And Khan can also talk about, represents the corn, and he talks about abundance, but he also talks about you know, that bit of transformation, that harvesting time, that golden opportunity. So here we feed ourselves with this nurturing essence of earth, Mother Earth, like that Empress energy, and it feeds us, you know, fulfills us. That is the true abundance. But when we are fulfilled in such a way, then we see that manifest outside of ourselves. So we can see the essence and the evidence of that self-love manifesting outside of who we are. And that's when we draw an abundance to ourselves. So this is what, it's kind of like a heaven and earth. I don't want to say the word duality, but it's kind of the two, the heavens and earth. Like if we think of like the Six of Pentacles, the balance, right, of give and take. So as we feed ourselves, then we are also given abundance. And then with this abundance, we are able to share. We are able to share this abundance, right? Because that's kind of really what a lot of the lessons are when we're talking about coming into abundance, when we're talking about coming into fulfillment. Because a lot of the times the purpose of who we are being, who we are stepping into, self-empowerment, is basically about like our godly mission here on earth. Like some talk about star seeds. If you're a light seer, if you're a light worker, if you're star seeds, we're here for a purpose. And only when we're balanced and we're completely fulfilled and nurtured, and we step into our light, removing all the darkness and all the toxins and everything, can we begin to see who we truly are, and we can grow into that. And what Spirit is saying is that it's also here to help us grow into that, because now is the time. And it wants us to know, because sometimes in a time of change, especially times like this, when things are really at its most unstable, these are the times where the biggest changes are happening. These are the times where the biggest abundance. And it's true what they say, now's the time to really step into yourself, nurture yourself, and really tap into your heart center. And we have this right here. We have the center, number 5 in Mayan number 5. And this is the center. This is the heart center. When we tap into this heart center, there we go. When we tap into this heart center, we really start to know who we are. We really can start recognizing our power, our self-power, and with that we can start harnessing it and knowing what that is. And with that we can grow into that and be able to do what we're here to do and continue to fulfill. So what happens when we fulfill ourselves? Now all of a sudden we're able to have so much abundance that come attracted to us, that we're just surrounded by so much. And our purpose is to share that, because that's what we're all here to do. We're all here to be here to share our special gifts. We are all so unique. We are all special. Each like one little corn on the cob is so unique. It's so special, like a snowflake. Each snowflake is so, and that's how Spirit wants us to see ourselves, so sacred, so unique. We are like the golden corn that gives so much abundance. We are the abundance. And this is the power that Spirit wants us to see, and that we're going to be given everything we need to be nurtured and step into ourselves. So if you're hearing a lot of messages come out from a lot of readers, sorry, you see my hand there. If you're seeing a lot of messages come out from a lot of readers that are talking about self-love, it really doesn't matter if it's, trying to get that focus there. It really doesn't matter if it's a love reading or in a life coaching reading or career reading. Everything has to boil down to this heart center. This is the most important thing right now for everybody. My camera is really not the best, so it doesn't really want to focus or work with me, but that's okay. We'll make it work. We have to begin here, because Spirit wants us to know there's an element of truth that's coming through in this new age, in this new day, in this new year. There's elements of truth, and it's because of this. It's because of the lens that's coming through. This is the lens, the Mayan lens. This is what the energy is transforming right now, and it's this language of light. It represents the number one because it's the portal. We are coming through this really transformational portal, and this language of light is talking about the light. Again, it's like that light being everything of the light that creation is created from. And when we think about the rainbow, white light is like all the colors of the rainbow. So it's this essence of this white light, the light where, you know, all things are coming from, and they're dispersing into different individualities. And there is a sense also too with this one, but it is a time to be of the self. It is a time to be an individual self. There's an essence of independency here. And it's so important right now for you to embrace who you are. And that's why the self-love is coming out so strongly. If you're seeing that in a lot of readings, and it just is coming out again and again and again, because you are ascending, we are all ascending into this higher ascension, but only we are all ascending at different levels. And each one of you are going to know, you know, what level and what direction that you'll be going towards. Of course, everybody's story is different for everyone. However, the process is happening all across the board. We're all ascending at a certain level. We're all are coming into this light being. We are all coming through the portal. And we are all wakening up. And this is the beautiful thing. And this is the thing. And this is why we want to continue to step into the light. And it's all about the center. The heart chakra here. I kind of have my own chakra stones here. And this is kind of like a jade. And that I have to represent for the heart chakra. It's a beautiful, beautiful jade. And as we know, the seventh, of the seven chakras, the heart chakra is the center. All right, it's the fourth chakra, and it's the center of all seven. And so this is what this is referring to. This is really referring to this heart chakra, and it's more referring to connecting with that. It's more important whether you are single or together with somebody, married. It's time for everybody to claim their independence. Now, what that means, it doesn't mean like, oh, you know, everybody be single. Absolutely not. It's definitely a time to be working together. So if you are with a partner, that is beautiful. If you are single, that's also beautiful. It's beautiful either way, but it's time to now renounce identifying ourselves if we are identifying, you know, with being like, let's say, a husband and wife. Absolutely. Continue on your beautiful journey. I mean, we're here to be together. We're here to work together. We're here to learn from each other, and we're here to be with our partners, or whoever that karmic person or that soulmate person, if it's a friend or whatever. We're here to be with one another so we can learn and continue to grow. But at the same token, with the balance of that, it's also a time, it's an essence to also renounce identifying that I am a somebody because of my peer group or my spouse. So it's time to renounce identifiers because we need to step into the self-love even more so, because it's because the power that's coming in, that's ascending us into this new portal coming in, it's a time to really step up our personal growth, our soul growth, our spiritual growth, into like really owning a recognition of part of ourselves that yes, we are powerful beings, more powerful than we ever could imagine, and we are on this earth for a reason, to step into this light, to step through this light, because we are part of the light. We came from this light. We are pure beings, And then with that abundance, this is where it's really important for humanity again to become humanity. It's time to actually start working together. Now, however you do that is up to you. I am not, I'm not like no rebel or anything like that. I'm not saying no, break no rules or anything. I'm just saying work together. If you can find a way you work together, through the internet, however, that's fine. If there's a perfect way, you work together with one another on different levels, whatever works, you're going to know what works for you. The Hawaiian message, Kakou, is a very, very, very important message. And as I was saying about this, again, kind of identifying, kind of like the Nine of Pentacles, as this independent self. Of course, we can work together, we can be with a partner. That's lovely. But you see, all that is extra. All that is extra. That's abundance, right? That's abundance. That's the give and take. But just know you can always stand alone no matter what. There's no more loneliness now. There's so much abundance in this world because of this portal that's opening up. It's here. And all we need to do is just say to ourselves, wow, there is abundance. I know it's here. And then it'll start to come in. You'll start to see it. You'll start to feel it. And you'll start actually seeing physical evidence. That's what this corn is all about. You'll start to see, the little corn buds growing into fruitful food that is, recognized as abundance, right? It's known as abundance, the harvest, the corn. It can be known as riches. So, but the whole thing is that that's the whole change of perception that is important now for us to step into, is that we are the richness. We are the abundance because we have the gifts. We are of the light, and we're here to spread and share our light with one another. And as we give, it comes back. So change of perception. And instead of like holding on to things and thinking, well, I gotta hold on to this because just in case. No, it's like actually it's gonna be this change of the more I give, the more I receive, and that's what's gonna happen. This energy is opening. There's so much abundance coming in, and you're going to feel it. So this perseverance, standing alone, perseverance, Kakou. So when I see in this case, the word perseverance, I'm hearing this essence again of strength, persevering in strength. In a way, it's talking about the perseverance we have already gone through without even knowing. We have passed through so many other life challenges, initiations, so many other life tests that really brought us into an understanding to be prepared for this newness to come in, because there's also an essence of, even though this a new beginning, things we have never seen before coming into light, coming into manifestation, there's also an essence of a familiarity. We are familiar. We've been here before. Because when we have persevered through something, that means we have gone through a journey. So even if we're going to a place that we have never been to before, we're familiar with certain certain ways of being able to task that journey, like prepare ourselves with the tools, or with being able to have the physical ability to to complete the journey. And then when we go to another one, now we're even stronger, And so even though the journey may be a brand new journey and a lot of things may be new, there is still the essence of familiarity. I've done this before, but I'm excited because I know I can do it. I've gotten stronger. Every time we go through each journey and we step through the portal, we have grown. And that's what this perseverance is all about. And I see that kind of like Nine of Wands. If you're not familiar with the tarot, it's very easy to be familiar with the tarot, but it's kind of like that Nine of Wands, the wounded healer, where they've been through many battles, but each battle has brought them, maybe brought them another, wound under their belt or kind of thing. But the thing is, they persevered and they are stronger. And then on the rods, there's these little leaves growing. So it's like new growth is happening, but it's like, all the 9 wands, all this new growth is happening. So it's very, very exciting, because out of all this perseverance, not only is like new energies growing from the universe, but it's also, Spirit wants us to know, coming into this new age, coming into this new era, into this new year, this blood moon Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is all about going beyond the boundaries, shooting his arrow far beyond than the eye can see. So it's about now, it's like we can even go further where we were not being able to see before, because we all of a sudden have this courage. We have this, all of a sudden it's like this essence of strength is coming almost like out of nowhere. I mean, it's coming out of somewhere, but it's a essence of like, where is the strength coming from? But it's coming from this perseverance that you have been going through, your whole life up until now, getting you ready for this time, and having the courage, and of course the self-love. What these challenging journeys have taught you, if anything, is to love yourself, and how to love yourself, how to nurture yourself when it was needed. And that's what all these lessons have been teaching you up until now. And so you're ready. So now is a time to even go like way beyond the boundary without any fear, because you know it's going to land you where you need to go, and it's going to land you in the most beautiful place that you can never imagine. So I'm just going to kind of pull from the and I really apologize if it's been blurry. I don't even know why. This is supposed to be iPhone 11. It's still supposed to be kind of current. But anyways, not a time to rely on technology. It's a time to rely on yourself. All right, so from the Aborigine healing cards, we have, let's see if I can get that a little bit clearer, sorry. Mother, wow. Oh my goodness. Mother Nature's balance. Wow. Yes. So, Mother Nature's balance. Again, so we have the call. We have the call for coming back to simplicity. Coming and doing that, coming back to simplicity, also gives us the essence of, again, when things are really, really tough, sometimes the simplest thing is to have, right? Standing alone is to have like this aloneness energy. Sometimes, we need to just go off and be alone. And sometimes we need to figure out, it's great to be able to talk, but now is the time to really connect with this heart chakra, the 5, the center, okay? 5 also represents a time of change. It also represents challenges. And the reason why there's challenges is because there's change. But it's a time now to center ourselves. So sometimes it's really, really important to keep, come back to simplicity, come back to that center. So sometimes, our best advice is within us. And that's what Spirit wants to say. wants us to know now. You know, too long now have we been listening to external sources, whether it be whomever or whatever, you know, all these external influences. It's time now to cut all that noise out. It's time to come back to center. Yeah, and finding again 5 in the Mayans, of course, you know, center 5 is center because it's from 1 to 10. But still, the point is the centeredness. And, you know, for chakras, the heart chakra is the center of the chakra, the 7 chakras, the 7 main chakras. Of course, there's more chakras than that, but the ones that we mostly identify within the physical body, or that are connected to the physical body, are the 7 chakras. And so it's a time for balancing everything out and coming back to this heart chakra, coming back to simplicity. Perfect. All right. Oh, beautiful message from Isis, Mother Isis. And that is the scarab, which is also known as the dung beetle. But the scarab is a very, very symbolic entity for the Egyptian. It represents transformation, because the scarab transforms. Now the dung beetle, you know, we see him. He's so cute. I love that little guy. His little dung, his big dung. The dung is like almost 3 times the size of his body. But the interesting thing about his character is he's got the most darkest material thing on the earth, but he pushes that thing along towards the sun, and within there somehow, but he knows that his true treasure is this dung, which is actually, you know, recycled matter. But the thing is, it holds like all the nutrients, and then he pushes it towards the sun. And as he does his journey, a transformation happens. This challenge happens, right? And he does it alone. But this whole transformation happens, and then at the end of his journey, you know, he has persevered, and it has transformed him into, you know, what he needs to get out of that journey. And it's so powerful. And here we have life restored. I had that for a second there. So yeah, life restored. The priestess of the phoenix. Okay, so with the this is what's happening now. When I see this life restored, I'm not just kind of seeing, you know, physical life. I'm seeing you are being restored. Okay, because the physical life is the manifestation of who you are, right? So we nurture ourselves, we grow into who we are, and then we see the evidence of what that looks like on the outside. So it's the opposite. Instead of identifying the outside to kind of like make us who we are, it's the opposite. Who we are will be reflected on the outside. I hope that makes sense. And then what happens is that we become restored. Our spirit is restored. Such a beautiful message. And it's like there's nothing like it. And that's why, you know, you are the abundance. Again, that whole message of you are the abundance, not the material things outside, right? And then I guess with the message of the dung beetle, you know, your perception, what you see. So here's the thing. What you see on anything external to you is not really truth. It's not really true. It could be your truth, but it's not necessarily the universe's truth. Because the only true truth there is who you are. Who you are in your heart. That is really the truly true truth. Because who everybody is what they are. They are the essence. They are the magnificence. They are the abundance of existence, of creation from light. And that is really the only truth. So it's really time. And I know it's kind of tough, but it's important to see the power of the self-love. And the reason why, up till now, not for all of you, of course, some of you are probably really into self-love, and that's awesome. Some of us, even me, who are struggling like, oh, well, I want love, and that's beautiful. But the thing is, why would you want to love something outside of yourself? And why would you want to only feel love from something outside of yourself? Why would you not want to give that all to yourself? Oh my God, that's so beautiful. And I always say, this is wonderful. Sure, love is great when you share that. But here's the gift, is sharing it. So you are the gift. Your love is the gift. So imagine to come together with somebody, if you're really, I shouldn't really say really, but if you want to be with somebody, or if you're with somebody, imagine like how wonderful it is to be able to just have so much love that you actually are a gift to that somebody. That's a beautiful thing. And remember that you are the gift. You are the abundance. You are the truth. All right, perfect. So we have the Mayan card here, and it's the 4. Isn't that interesting? Sorry, folks. Man, why does it have to be so blurry and everything? There it is. All right, and it's a 4. So how interesting. That's the Emperor. So again, stepping into your power. It's all about power. Now remember, it's not about control. It's about stepping in your power. And sometimes we know about that Emperor, right? He stands alone, right? He's above everybody. I'm not saying like, well, don't start thinking, well, I'm above y'all, all my little, people. But he does. He's the Emperor. So normally the Emperor, they stand above everybody. They stand alone, right? Because they're up there. But Spirit wants you to see, not of course in comparison, we don't compare or nothing, but you guys know that. But Spirit wants you to see that exactly what we've been saying all up until now. You are the gift. You are the magnificent. The Emperor. Really step into yourself. You have that independence. You have the ability to have that independence, and it's like, the 9 of Pentacles is that independent, successful woman. It could be a man or a woman. Gender in this case, it's not important, because it's about the energy of the single, independent, successful person. We don't know. We don't even know if she's single or not. But she can come across as single because no matter what, she has this independence. She knows that she is her own truth. And she can depend on her no matter what. She could be married. She could be single. But it doesn't make a difference. That won't change who she is. That won't change how she views herself. That won't change her confidence. That won't change her autonomy, the power, her self-empowerment, and how she steps into herself and just takes every day. I was going to say takes every day by the reins, I guess. Could say the other word, by the balls. you know, it doesn't change her viewpoint on herself. And that's the whole message that's coming through. That's the true self-love, that no matter what, start seeing yourself as a place like you are abundance, you have abundance. Start stepping into that, because it begins there. Well, I definitely went over my 15 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you got something out of that message. Lots of love and light. I appreciate you being here. And we'll talk to you soon. I'll be doing a tarot. If you're interested in that, you go, I'll have the link for the tarot. Thank you, and many blessings. Aloha.